Hi, I am Jarvis-Patrick, a TLET student, and today I am going to address an issue that is of utmost importance in online learning. The issue is the lack of social presence as students engage in asynchronous discussions. What is social presence? Social presence is an element of the Community of Inquiry framework, and as Asylum and Turga 2020 defines it, it is the ability to reflect socially and emotionally in a research community and to feel a sense of belonging to that community. In the online environment, asynchronous discussions are limited to communication that is separated by space and time. The loss of visual cues and the heavy reliance on text-based communication can result in learners feeling isolated and disconnected. Lowenthal and Denon in 2017 shared that this can be a challenge for educators and can result in learners' poor quality of engagement in asynchronous course activities, as online learning can become quite isolating. The challenges that instructors face is that students who feel isolated may lack motivation to participate, may feel loneliness and a sense of isolation, may become disconnected, which would result in poor academic performance. Thus, the question that instructors need to address is, what strategies can be used to ensure that students feel a social presence in asynchronous discussion? Research tells us that dynamic relationships among students and their peers and students and their instructor helps them to build camaraderie and increase learning. Thus, the social presence, which is an element of the Community of Inquiry framework, must be utilized by instructors. Emphasis must be placed on all aspects of the model. The affective association, here instructors must target students' emotional and personal attributes. Community cohesion, here instructors must begin to use the group and allow students to see it as a cohesive whole. So this involves having students being greeted and referred to in the course. The instructor's involvement, here instructors' contribution in asynchronous discussion must help to prompt students to engage in critical analysis and higher order thinking and gain an enriching learning experience. And interaction intensity, here instructors must be acknowledging students' contributions and encouraging comments from students towards their peers. This element of the Community of Inquiry framework, social presence, must be utilized in the following ways. The camaraderie can be achieved at the commencement of each course by promoting self-introductory activities, for example, welcoming emails, icebreakers, posting profile pictures, creating social interaction spaces like WhatsApp or Facebook chat groups. These activities will encourage a sense of community and connectivity very early in a course and can set the tone for asynchronous discussion activities later on. According to Dempsey and Zhang, 2019, this will result in a strong social presence as students begin to feel socially and emotionally connected to share learning tasks like asynchronous discussions. Instructors can also help students overcome feelings of isolation in asynchronous discussions by identifying students individually by their names when responding to their post. Copper et al. 2017, using grounded theory in their research, concluded that addressing students by their names helped them feel valued, included, and increase their engagement. This helps students to recognize that their voice has been acknowledged by the instructor, and thus timely feedback from the instructor can help students feel even more connected. Thus, according to Yang 2008, asynchronous discussions must be well structured to permit all students in the class to use their voice. Another recommendation, supported by Yang et al. 2014, as cited in Anderson 2018, that can help students feel less isolated in asynchronous discussion is the inclusion of social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook to post discussions. This can further encourage the development of a social presence and extend the learning in informal spaces. Emails can be seen as another significant way to make students feel connected in asynchronous discussions. Emailing students to remind them about posting their contributions or correcting misunderstanding or misconceptions in the discussions and providing students with feedback about their contributions are all ways that can help students feel connected in an online asynchronous discussion forum. In conclusion, social presence is significantly important in asynchronous discussion forums, as the virtual environment can leave students feeling lonely and isolated. These are just some tips and recommendations to help instructors enhance students' social presence and help support students to feel connected to the learning community. These are some of the references used in the presentation. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.